This is quite an important question, actually, because it's something that we talk about quite a lot without fully understanding what a true narcissist actually is. And we're going to cover some of that. But it's quite unlikely that a true narcissist is on a twin flame journey. So the answer here is probably not. It may be, particularly in the early stages, that your twin flame may have narcissistic tendencies or traits, and getting through some of that can be part of the twin flame journey. It may be uncomfortable, as this is going to sound, that you have some of these narcissistic tendencies and traits, and for you, overcoming these can be part of the twin flame journey. But it's unlikely that a true narcissist is on the twin flame journey at all. It might be that the person you're with is actually your false twin flame, and it's more likely that they may be a narcissist. And we can look at that again, but the question really here is, can a twin flame be a narcissist? Highly, highly unlikely, though there may be some tendencies, early stages, for both of you that can be labelled narcissistic. So let's look at that harsh truth, and then let's look at what a narcissist actually is and understand that fully, and then dig a bit more into it. Often when I'm talking to someone inside a twin flame relationship who wants some guidance, and they use the word narcissist to describe their twin flame, and I dig more into that, I'm told how selfish they are. So we sometimes confuse narcissistic and selfishness, and there's some overlap, but it's much deeper than that. A narcissist is actually someone with a personality disorder. It can be a diagnosed disorder, and it's quite distinct from someone who's displaying occasional selfish behaviours. A narcissistic personality disorder is someone that no one else really likes being around. They have an absolutely inflated sense of self and their own importance, a real need for recognition of how brilliant they are. They need attention on that. They think other people are envious of them, and they're possibly envious of other people because they're getting attention. Don't like to be wrong or thought wrong, don't like to be criticised. But this narcissist deep down has got absolutely hellish self-esteem issues. And that's where a lot of the behaviours come from. So the narcissist has poor self-esteem, is vulnerable, hates criticism, can have a real temper, and the temper can stem from them being criticised or not getting enough attention. They like to exaggerate their own self-importance. They can be quite noisy, talk about themselves a lot. The narcissist can be quite fun to be around because they have this energy, and that can be quite attractive. But essentially, that energy is self-focused, not focused on their partner or others. If the question you're actually asking me here is, am I with a narcissist? Then think very carefully about all of those traits and behaviours we just talked about, and think, does that describe in full the person you're with, or other aspects to their character? Things in particular you can look out for: if they're always focused on their career right now, if they talk all the time about a false flame who still has their hooks in them, if they tell you they're just not good enough for you and don't know what they want and they're avoiding you all the time, and that doesn't change, those toxic excuses don't budge, perhaps they are a narcissist and not your twin flame. If you find yourself making excuses for them all of the time, not just because they're goofy and acting out, but because they are willfully, consistently making you feel bad about yourself, and that's displayed in front of others, and you're making excuses for them all the time, perhaps that's the time to think about, am I with this narcissist and not my twin flame? Again, if they're cheating on you, and being careful here and what that means, this is up for debate, I understand that, but if they're If you go through a period of separation, they're seeing other people, that doesn't mean anything. Sore, but it doesn't make them a narcissist. But what you do have to look out for is if they're sneaking around on you behind your back in the process, if they're flaunting it in your face or actively playing with you and you're making excuses for that, once again, be careful of that. It could be a narcissist. So there's an overlap in awful behaviours and narcissism, isn't there? And is that constant awful behaviour something your twin flame will display? No, it isn't. I'm careful here to understand that the narcissist is a personality disorder, which can be worked upon through psychotherapy and other talking therapies. A twin flame relationship is not a talking therapy relationship. It is about both of you. The focus is on the one soul, the one spiritual journey, both of you coming together in that. So can the twin flame journey cure a narcissist? Probably not. Can it iron out narcissistic tendencies and behaviours, errant ways on both our parts, both twin flames? Yes, it can, because you are challenging each other spiritually to become better and stronger and higher in your vibration and in your spirit and energy. So yes, in the early stages when we are misbehaving one way or another, we're none of us perfect. This twin flame journey, this supportive twin flame journey can help us. However, be careful that you don't get caught in a constant cycle of karmic relationship where you are the fixer all of the time, where you're constantly making excuses and there is no spiritual shift in the sense of self or in the behaviours attached to that. This is where you can get both confused, and be wary of finding a relationship, being in a relationship where it appears to be completely narcissistic and you're using the relationship to bring them through that. This is not the place for that. Sadly, a narcissist is very capable of appearing like a twin flame and trying to take advantage of the twin flame community, especially someone searching for their mirror soul. In the early stages, it's easier for them to keep up that charade, appearing like the real thing. But a narcissist cannot keep this up, and the relationship will become toxic, and there will be no shift in that, and that is the difference. Twin flame relationships can be uncomfortable at times. It's not a rose-coloured journey all the time. However, there is always movement. There is always a relationship beyond the physical, and there is always a spiritual investment. And the narcissist will not make that investment in themselves or in you. Yes, a narcissist can be on a spiritual journey, but it may not be, it is unlikely to be, they're on a twin flame journey. They can make quite natural false twin flames who are there to teach us something and bring us forward in our journey. It can be they are soulmates. It can be they have a soul tie. So they may be in various forms of relationships, but as narcissists, it is very unlikely that they are on a twin flame journey. And it's very unlikely that you will stay within this toxic relationship if this is where you find yourself. But a narcissist can be on a spiritual journey. Do not be fooled into thinking that a twin flame journey can pull a narcissist out of their narcissism. It's a personality disorder, and it needs a different kind of support and attention, very different to the twin flame support and spiritual development. So I'm concerned about your twin flame journey, and particularly if you think this is happening within your journey. If you would like some support and guidance on this, just click the link below.